With 10 days before the deadline for American troops to completely pull out of Afghanistan, thousands of desperate Afghans surround the Kabul airport where chaos continues. The sound of gunfire no longer alarming even for children. 13,000 people have been evacuated on U.S. military aircraft since August 14th, according to the White House. President Joe Biden on Friday called it one of the largest, most difficult airlifts in history. He pledged to Americans who want to leave Afghanistan, "We will get you home."
I cannot promise what the final outcome will be, or what it will be, that it will be without risk of loss. But as Commander-in-Chief, I can assure you that I will mobilize every resource necessary.
The administration estimates there are 10 to 15,000 Americans left in the country. Biden said he is also committed to evacuating special immigrant visa or SIV holders, potentially tens of thousands of Afghan translators who help the American war effort, and their families who fear life under the Taliban.
There's no one more important than bringing American citizens out. I acknowledge that. But they're equally important almost is all those SIVs we call them, who in fact helped us.
Human rights organizations say it's not enough.
I and my other human rights colleagues are not happy with what we're hearing from the Biden administration. We're working day and night with Department of Defense, State Department, USAID, the White House. There are people in those positions who are working around the clock to get Afghans out. So this is separate from that and their amazing efforts. But policy-wise, we are not hearing that there is a priority being put on getting at-risk Afghans out. These are the human rights defenders, the women, the journalists, the academics who have no visas, who don't even necessarily have passports. What are they supposed to do?
The massive operation has encountered problems. With intake facilities in Qatar overwhelmed, flights out of Kabul were paused for several hours Friday. Another huge challenge for American and Afghan allies, getting into the airport past Taliban checkpoints. The U.S. is considering rescue operations to help them. Several NATO nations have proposed that Kabul airport remain open for evacuations beyond the current deadline of August 31st.
The limiting factor is not the lack of planes. The limiting factor now is actually the ability to get people into the airport process and on the planes.
Additional U.S. troops are being deployed to help with evacuation. The administration said there are now 6,000 American soldiers on the ground. So far, the U.S. is not planning to extend the security perimeter beyond the Kabul airport to avoid what Biden called unintended consequences. Patsy Widakuswara, VOA News at the White House.